Grey Poupon reminds me of my grandfather.
Yeah.
He always had the little jar of Grey Poupon and he put it on his sandwiches. So I'm a huge Grey Poupon fan. And actually, this is one of his recipes.
No way.
So what a coincidence.
Look at how it all ties together. And you guys, this is perfect for fall. Lucy is back live with us this morning, getting us ready for that October spooky spirit.
Yes, I always like to do pumpkin recipes during October. I think it's fun. And, you know, I just posted, I have a friend, James Harris, that always post about not liking pumpkin stuff, which I've actually never had a pumpkin spice latte, so I know.
Joe hasn't either.
Okay.
Next Wednesday or the next Wednesday.
We got to do it. But I'm a huge pumpkin fan. So today we're making these pumpkin spice cake, and we're going to do a cream cheese icing. And it's great because I cut them into little squares. So, you know, football's here, you know, fall parties are here, and it would be really great because you refrigerate this. And so it's really easy to cut any size you want. So I thought that we could get started on the wet ingredients first.
Let's go ahead.
So of course we're going to start with our pumpkin, and this is pure pumpkin puree, not the pumpkin pie filling. So just be careful when you are shopping for it. And this is 1 can. That's a big can, but this is just 1 small can, which is 2 cups.
And it smells so good. Now, the fun thing before you come on the show is that you usually test out the recipes the night before. And last night you posted on your Facebook page that you had some help, right?
I did have some help. The boys, well, really everybody likes to help me cook. And Jack, who was, Jack on the left, or whoever's left, the one with brown hair that's holding the mixer, he was on the show, you know, a couple of months ago, and he is such a bird. So today, as they were eating it for breakfast, he said that this is the best cake he's ever had.
Oh.
So, you know, from Jack, he really likes it. Best cake. And he also told me about a recipe that he made.
Oh, and what's that?
It has 2 ingredients.
Okay.
And it's called peas and mashed potatoes. So he has made that up at school and has requested that we make that at home.
Yeah, so you'll find that in your local Greer
Yes,
stores.
you can find that in your local Greer's Deli. Peas and mashed potatoes.
Sweet thing. So we're mixing this all together. When we come back with Joe, Lucy, what are we doing next?
We are going to do the dry ingredients and finish our batter, and then later on we are going to make the icing. So this was just pumpkin, eggs, vanilla, and vegetable oil. So we'll get this mixed up.
Yeah, so yummy for the fall. We'll also tell you about their new downtown store, which is absolutely amazing. That's all coming up on the show. Joe?
Well, everyone's excited about the recipe today. We've had folks everywhere, our guests, the people here looking at it being like, I want some of that.
I know, I wrapped some up for some of the guests.
Yes, tell the folks at home what we're working on today.
We are making a pumpkin spice cake with cream cheese frosting. So we already got started on the wet ingredients, and which was pure pumpkin puree, not the pumpkin pie filling, and it was 2 cups of that, and 4 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 3/4 cup of vegetable oil. So I just beat that together. And then right here is our dry ingredients. So I have 2 cups of flour and 2 cups of sugar. So I'm gonna add our pumpkin pie spice that you just buy right on the spice aisle that has all the cinnamon and nutmeg and cloves and all that already in there. And then a little bit of salt and some baking powder and baking soda. So that's all of our dry ingredients.
And when you poured that all in, the smells wafted out, and it smells so good. Hey, while you're doing that, I want to talk about the new downtown location.
Yeah.
So great. I've had the opportunity to go several times. The meat department is remarkable.
It is.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law, Gray, is the VP of meat operations, and they have done, everybody's done an excellent job. But yeah, the meat department is definitely something special. In all of our stores, we still cut all of our own meat in-house. But in this store, we have the opportunity to have a service case with a lot of unique cuts, along with the seafood. And yeah, what have you done? You've done lamb chops?
I've done the lamb chops, and the other thing that you have is a lot of them are kind of prepared already, so all you need to do is buy them and take them home and cook them, which makes it easy and convenient too.
Yeah, it does. It looks so pretty when you walk by. They have stuffed chicken breasts, and Spiro went down there to grab me a couple things for that we needed at home, and then he was like, I just bought a couple pork chops that looked good, and I bought this out of the meat case.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, hit the deli, man. That's my department. But yeah, the store is so fun, and like we were talking about about earlier, we of course knew that the residents down there and everybody that works down there were looking forward to it, and they've been so supportive. But it's just been so nice to see people in Spring Hill and West Mobile and Baldwin County coming over and being able to enjoy the store too, which is awesome. Yeah,
we've taken some special trips there since it's not necessarily close to where we live, but we just wanted to go and check it out and pick up some of the great meats that you have. And you know, not to overstate things either, but a nice grocery store is integral to a downtown community as well for people who live down there too. So it kind of benefits everyone.
It really does. And you know, it's just, we just felt like it was you know, good timing for us. And our first location was just blocks from that store, and you know, Mobile is our hometown where we're from, so we just wanted to you know, help the area, you know, not only for everyone that lives here, but tourists too, you know, just helping make the city even better. So we're so glad. And if you haven't been, we're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And Chelsea was saying some of her friends were down on the rooftop last weekend getting drinks and snacks and food. So it's just a lot of fun if you haven't had a chance to go yet.
All right, so now we're mixing this all together.
Yep. So I'm just adding the dry ingredients and mixing them together, and I have a 9x13 baking pan that I just sprayed with nonstick, and this is going to bake at 350 for about 35 minutes, and then once it cools, then you frost it, and so we're going to work on making that frosting next.
And then after you frost it, can you eat it?
Yes, you can definitely eat it. You can eat that for breakfast, lunch, or dinner too.
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. All right, we're going to continue this great recipe here with Lucy in just a bit right here on Studio 10.
Welcome back to Studio 10 on a Wednesday. We are live with Lucy Greer. She's making a pumpkin spice cake. We're done with the cake itself. It's got to go in the oven, but now it's the frosting.
Now it's the really good part. This is the best cream cheese frosting ever. It really is. And of course, it's so simple to make. So what we have in the bowl is 6 tablespoons of butter and about 3 or 4 ounces of cream cheese. And you just want it at room temp. I went a little too far in the microwave here, but it'll be fine.
It's fine.
So we're going to start mixing this together, and then right here I have powdered sugar, which is 2 cups. And oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of milk. And then we're just going to add that powdered sugar, and it's gonna be so pretty, so easy to make. I know.
This is so easy. I think for me, frosting and icing, it's always been one of those recipes that I don't realize how simple it is.
Yeah.
And then when you make it homemade, it really does make all the difference.
It really does, and it is. Yeah, it's just easy, and you know, it's kind of fun. And really, I hadn't thought about it, but you could do like a light, like 1 drop of like orange food coloring. And that would be pretty, like for this. And it's funny because we're talking about, like, you know, a lot of people don't like pumpkin, and you know, candy corn gets all this heat during this time of year.
Are you a lover?
Candy. I mean, I like it. I don't like the pumpkins.
Okay, yeah, that's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
But so many people like the pumpkins. I like candy corn, but it would be so cute on top of this. But I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, people will be like,
there's
revolt.
It sounds like there's plenty on the shelf. Yeah. Like, it's one of those things where you love it or you hate it.
It is.
You know what? If you love candy corn, good for you. If you hate it, more for us who like it. So whatever.
Whatever. So that would be cute on top of here.
That would be cute.
Or, you know, some sprinkles. So like I was telling Joe, this is just good. I mean, football is going on, you know, parties are going on. And it's nice because you can cut these in little squares or, you know, have it bigger. So, and if you, this is 2 cups of powdered sugar. So if you accidentally like get it too thick, it's no big deal. Just add a little bit more milk. And then if it's a little bit too thin and it won't spread, then just add a little bit more powdered sugar. So
yeah.
It's really forgiving.
It smells good. It's Wednesday. That means a new ad drops with you guys. So tell us what's going on. New at Greer's, of course, your downtown location that we just talked about too.
Yeah, and we have a special Facebook and Instagram page for our new Greer St. Louis market, and then of course we have Facebook and Instagram, you know, and Twitter, all that stuff for our other stores, Greer. So we post everything there. you know, what's going on. We have our Apples for the Students program has kicked up again, which is our really big core customer service program that all 29 of our stores participate in, and that you just save the receipts and give them to the schools, and the schools can collect free educational equipment and supplies with those credits, and it's we're in our 13th year doing that. So there's always something fun going on at Greer, so we're kind of hot and heavy into tailgating and have all of our fall and Halloween candy and cookies and all that kind of stuff out. So it's always, you know, each season's kind of special.
Yeah.
So, but the fall, you know, I really like the fall.
Yeah, fall is fun at Greer. So we're going to finish this up. We'll show you, this is of course the finished product, but we're going to eat some too here in a little bit. Next week, Lucy's back on Studio 10. You're also making something with pumpkin, right?
Yes, we're going to do pumpkin all month. So next week, we're going to do a veggie pasta with a pumpkin cream sauce. It's really good.
Can't wait to try that. That's next Wednesday on Studio 10. Lucy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Joe?